Singapore is specialized, right, for a strong workforce.
Okay.
Academics is our strong suit, and whatever we produce after our academic level, right, the people in the workforce, right, is one of the strongest in the world. Why not just focus on that?
Competing at the top level of a sport in Singapore is tough, I would say, especially in our academically driven country lah, or used to be. If a young athlete want to pursue their career, they would have to choose either the academic or go all out in the sport.
Yeah, there's a real sacrifice.
Because most of the time, only the best of the best can do this as a career. However, recently, right, Minister Edwin Tong and PM Wong introduced 2 new supports that aspiring young athletes who want to pursue their sport as a career will receive. So mainly 2 things: the spexEducation Undergraduate Scholarship and Home of Team Singapore. What is this scholarship about? Athletes who are under this will have their tuition fees and course materials to be paid for. And then there's 2 tracks to this. First, there will be the dual career track, whereas for athletes who are pursuing their studies while competing.
Wait, sorry. The first one is with regards to tuition, as in they want to go like uni and stuff. It's all sponsored lah.
Yes.
Because there's like not saying much ma. Top athletes are brought into unis and all at scholarships.
Yeah, it's called DCA, right?
DSA or
DSA,
something.
right? Direct School Admission, yeah.
Yeah, actually that sounds pretty similar to other scholarships lah. But I guess they are more focused on the school that you choose. They will have to assess first before they give you the scholarship, because the school have to be assessed that they are able to provide a good daily training environment. Then they will give you the scholarship to boost your like what they say the sports, the training. Then there's the other track, which is called the new career track. So this track, right, is for athletes who are no longer competing and they want to retire in a sense and focus on their studies. So once they go down to this track, they will have to either choose local U or overseas U that specializes in sports management or sports related degrees lah.
So if let's say, because a lot of times these people who want to retire, they might want to branch out into something totally different.
Then they
So
go back.
this doesn't support that lah.
It must be sports related lor. Yeah, I'm guessing is they want to, instead of competing now, you're playing the sports, now you sit back, play the support role or a manager role.
Basically, they want you to stay in that industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Actually
you have
makes sense
experience.
because right then they recycle the resources because you are already experienced with like all the knowledge and you know how the game is being played. So you want to retain your own talent within that space.
Normally scholarship also like that lor.
Yeah.
Like they sponsor you, but then you have to be bonded
Within,
somewhere
yeah.
else. Yeah.
But at least, right, they give you like a way back into like the working life. I mean,
They
like,
always had that
back
way,
into
yeah.
education. Like let's say you pursue like a sport, right? Then after that, after you retire, you don't really know what to do. But at least now they give you like a pathway for you to maybe whether you want to pursue or not.
Yeah, I guess.
Actually, that's true because nowadays the scholarship that we have now is for the beginning part.
Yeah.
You are good, I will sponsor you to go play and study. But afterwards, there is no follow-up. So
But
this
actually,
is
top athletes, right? Let's say they stop doing their sports already. Most schools will want them to come because you were somebody. So they will sponsor and
they'll
without
give
all
their
this,
own sponsored scholarship.
So Joseph schooling will be schooling.
Yeah.
Okay, so something new also for these young athletes will be CPF contribution.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
new.
because they feel that the runway of a young athlete is very confusing for them. First, they don't know whether to choose academic or sport. After that, once they choose sport, they do not have a monthly contribution or savings to build up for their house. So like 26, 27 is normally when they start to chill and come down if they start young lah. So they recognize that this is a problem because athletes now, they will receive this thing called stipends. Okay, it's like an allowance like that. They will take 20% and contribute into the CPF, and then 17% will be added by the stat board. Yeah, so it's something
Like an employment in a sense. Lah.
Similar. Yeah.
So what do you think of these new changes for the young athletes?
I think especially for those who may not be elites, like they're really good sportsmen, but they're not the elites, right? This helps them a lot. Because for the elites, they will get like brand deals,
Money will come
sponsorship
in,
here and all that.
Yeah.
Not an issue. But for those who maybe don't perform at the top 1%, they're still very good, and they might have to sacrifice just as much, right?
I think that's true.
Then for them, this will be very useful.
Actually, right, a lot of those athletes, right, they will end up teaching that sport also,
A lot of times.
Right, yeah. They will go back to become like PE teacher or like those CCA teacher of that sport. Yeah, so at least right now they have a clear pathway on what they can pursue.
Because as a coach, your money only starts coming after your whatever career that you have ends. This one you can start earning money lah. CPF.
So I think it's good lah.
Nice.
I want to ask you guys a question. Right? You all know that like sports school exists in Singapore, right? So like if let's say a student is particularly good at a sport, right, they will join this sports school, and their curriculum, right, is different from a typical MOE school's syllabus. Would you guys, right, put your kid into a sports school? Let's say your kid is good at like shooting. Will you guys put it into a sports school, or would you rather
Do
let your
outside CCA like that.
or like just pursue the normal academics?
100% sports school.
No, because you have to understand, right? Okay, why you don't like sports school?
Like I say shooting, right? Shooting, what you gonna do, yeah?
But okay, then it doesn't matter what. It's still a sport, what.
But
You
you're
can
not
compete,
gonna,
what.
you cannot gonna get like far, what? No man.
You see the Turkish guy or not?
Oh my god,
Oh,
that guy
viral sensation, no.
never even bring any equipment, get
That's
second.
why. Come in, chill, hand in pocket, all.
You all got see the Korean girl or not?
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Who's also
she
getting
like cool
So
only leh.
sexy,
She
ah.
like that, like wow. Wow.
But because you have to see, right, the environment in a normal school setting where you're just going for CCA, shooting CCA, compared to you are serious, you have the passion for it, I send you to somewhere that specialize in it, everybody there, right, okay, have a goal of, I need to study hard, after that, I will need to train hard. I feel that in that environment, even if your kid don't come out as the top elite in that sport, right, they will be influenced positively.
And can I understand when you ask the question, is it because you kind of laugh like, if they do shooting, what are they going to do, right? Is it because you don't feel specializing in a certain sport is important, or you feel this place may not be the place to specialize in?
Okay, it's not certain sport. It's basically any sports in
So
Singapore.
sport itself lah.
In Singapore,
You
especially.
feel they should still be focused on academia, and then sports would be like something you do at the side and all lah.
Yes,
But then how to be elite, People in other countries are dedicating their entire day doing this, no?
Yeah, that's why I say in Singapore, right, that isn't the case. You know, and
They
that
still
shouldn't
care
be the
about
case.
Can be the case, man.
Very hard, Like you know,
Why,
like Messi, Ronaldinho, all this, right? They train from young, no, they play from young. But you're not gonna groom this kind of talent, right?
It's true lah.
Like even how good our facilities is, right? Like even our I forget what is it called. Let's say Young Lions. I believe we have one of the best facilities around Asia, right? But our clubs can never beat Malaysia. We lose 7-0 to Malaysia. We got such good facilities, right? But we just can't produce such talents.
Okay, but this maybe has got to do with the law of large numbers lah. Because if let's say now your population size is like 300 million or whatsoever, you can find maybe 10 people who are
World
really
class.
excellent in the sport. Over here we have like 7 million maybe.
7 plus,
So
6 plus.
the odds of you finding like a world class top tier sportsman, right, is going to be way lower also. The question is, if let's say you find someone like that, then do you have the capability to groom him into just as good as anyone else?
Okay, so with that being said, right, I agree that okay, maybe let's say you can find one in the few millions, but right, Singapore is specialized, right, for a strong workforce.
Okay.
Academics is our strong suit, and whatever we produce after our academic level, right, the people in the workforce, right, is one of the strongest in the world. So
Okay.
why not? And this is what brings Singapore to the top. Why not just focus on that?
No, but
Because
it's for that very reason, man, because the system is already geared towards this. People are going to get top tier education, go into really good fields, and they are recognized globally as experts in whatever we are doing. Like, the labor force here is skilled labor, no? It's not just like manual labor kind of people. So if most of the population is doing this,
We are lacking in some area.
you just need to focus on boosting up the areas where right now maybe there's less support.
And we have talked about this quite a few times before, the direction of Singapore that Singapore is taking, where they focus less on academics and they really, really want to make the education system a holistic one. So they want this part where we are lacking to pick up. Since we're on this topic, right, what do you guys think this direction will bring us? Is it good or not? Or like what Joseph is trying to say, that we should just focus on this?
No,
Because
I believe in the holistic education. Yeah, you can have a very fun CCA. You can enjoy your CCA. But also study lah.
No, but it's not just fun CCA, man. I'm
You
saying
can have the
that
facilities or the CCA. Wow, your gun is very good. The ball is very good. A top tier ball. You got VAR system. All this. The best field in the world. Can, but study also.
But what I'm saying is that we are gearing towards less importance of these, but more important, like focus on this. I won't be surprised lah. Okay, maybe in the near future that Singapore will
Buy talents.
no, Singapore will
I mean,
just
it will happen anyway.
forgo the academic part and focus on this.
I feel we should play right where we are strongest at.
So, if that is what you hold to be true, then you must necessarily hold to be true that if these athletes are shining in this particular area, maybe not in academics, just like how Ronaldinho and Messi, you won't expect them to go to school, perform well, and then after 5 o'clock, you'll go and hit the pitch. You don't expect that, right? For these people also, you shouldn't be expecting them to be good students.
But like I said, I don't feel that we should really concentrate so much, right, on building the, let's say the sport industry just to find that one person. When you can concentrate on academics, right, to create millions of people.
But there will be a trade-off, ma. There will be a trade-off in the sense that if now you want these people to focus on academics, it will be at the cost of them not being able to reach their potential in the sport.
Yeah, but we are sacrificing a small number of people to achieve a better workforce.
Not at all. Because there is no sacrifice for the majority of people. Most people are going through this conventional system anyway. You go through the normal academic path, and then if you happen to have interest in other things, you can do those other things. But the trade-off becomes very significant when you require everyone to follow the system, even those who may not excel in that system and they might shine in other ways. So I think if, let's say now the current system we have in place, they can still follow that, but with support like this that allows them to shine in their own respect, right? That makes the most sense, man. Especially if you just say that you believe not everyone is good in other things and they should shine in where they are best in, right? Because right now, right, it's not as if we are taking academia away for the majority. That is still happening.
It's more like creating a safety net for those who drop through the nets of the academic path, right? And then you find one or two that is good in sports.
I feel it's
You
not
have to
even
support
that.
Actually, I feel right, the government is taking a different shift. It's not because of we want to do all this. It's because, right, our finance is very stable already. We are no lack of certain directions already. So what we want to do, and we have the luxury to do that, and that is sports. And sports is where we are lacking. So why not? And then when we create this whole robust system, right, we are actually attracting more things than what we just see the surface thing, which is not just our kids are going for all the sports, all this, but actually there's a bigger plan behind.
Other people, talents.
Yeah, or like maybe there's a bigger partnership that we can now open up to other countries.
It is in part true, less on the partnership part, but I think it is about, are you going to put us on the map?
Branding.
Yeah, branding. Because like last time, who were we? We were a normal country just trying to struggle and bring ourselves up. Right now, we have forged so far ahead of other Asian countries, right? There is no comparison at all. We are the Asian hub for so many things, business, finance, education, everything. We are the best, no? So now it's about, we have already established this. Can we put ourselves in other positions where people can recognize us? If we go to like these Olympics and stuff, never win anything.
Tapi malu
Who cares about Singapore? They can be best in this, best in that, but comes to all other things, they cannot shine. So now we are focusing on what if we can allow our people to also explore these other areas.
We are past the we need to survive state phase already. Now is survive, got luxury, can do all this.
How many number one we can achieve?
All of it?
So we just discussed about academics, sports school, and the direction that Singapore is going towards. I want to know what you guys think. If your child is doing exceptionally well in a sport, will you send him or her to a normal school and pursue it as a hobby? Or will you send them to a sports school where they can really hone the skill and maybe become something? Let us know and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye!